Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a bit of an apology to Angelina75. The SU-8 you can see in this replay actually was played by Angelina in the same replay that you've already seen the video for Oxidor in his AMX13 F3AM. Well, Angelina's on the south spawn of mines and she's in the tier 8 Soviet SPG. Game on. I totally got this wrong. As you may have noticed if you actually watched that video, I did say that I noticed somebody on the enemy team was actually doing counter battery because the enemy Arty actually did hit the enemy SU-8 on the other side of the battlefield. And I thought that was obviously a big warning for Oxidor. Angelina fires around in. Oh, she got a big hit on the BZ58 with her first shot. Now she's got a 152mm howitzer. As you can see here, it's capable of doing 550 alpha, penetrating 38mm of armor with a 6.7m burst radius. Okay, enemy BZ58's decided to try and defend the castle. Angelina fired to one side. Now, that may be because she was actually trying to hit somebody else that was potentially at the entrance to the gate, but what she should have been doing is aiming for the rear of the BZ58 because, of course, he's totally vulnerable and he's got his back to us. And if Angelina can get around directly onto his rear, it's more than likely she's going to penetrate him. And she could take him out of the game with just one round. Remember, it's only 550 alpha, but she can do a huge amount of damage. Rounds out. Direct hit right on the rear of his turret for 157. Yes, I was focusing so much on Oxidor, I totally forgot that he did say that this was a dual replay, that there was two people in the battle on either side of the game. And Angelina was, of course, in the SU-8. She was the player who actually carried out the counter battery. Well, she's just got a hit on an SMB-CC56 for 236 hit points, and now she's up to 641 damage already. Okay, she backs up. You notice how she's moving backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. That's helping to prevent her from being targeted in the intervening period while she's waiting to reload. Reload 16.10, and she gets a kill. The SMB-CC56 dies. Now the standard reload is 19.65 seconds, so Angelina's managed to knock off 3 seconds off the reload time, or 3.5 seconds actually, and she's into the aim again. Now she noticed there was an Arty seen on the minimap. You can see it showing as an SU-8 up there. Now she stops firing that for a moment because she saw the T-3485M, but he went out of view and she just saw the tracer for that SU-8. And this is what I actually saw. I saw something appear on the minimap, a range circle or a hit circle from an enemy SPG, and I realized at that point, somebody's doing counter battery. And there's the tracer, and you can see Oxidor's tracer coming out from the corner of the map. Rounds out in this T-34. Fortunately, she doesn't get a hit there. Now, she didn't fire blind at that enemy SU-8 straight away, but you can actually see he changed position. So if she had fired at the spot that originally was seen on the minimap, she might not have actually hit him. But she's gone to the aim again, letting it dial in, letting it settle. You see, oh, there was the tracer. We know where he is. He's actually a little further forward. Not behind the bush. He's behind the other bush. Trying to make up her mind where to put the shell. She's decided that bush. Dials it in. Yep, tracer just came out. Gave away his position. She actually fired just in front of him. So a little over to the right. But she goes back into cover to avoid counter battery. And you can see the enemy Arty punishing the SU-100 Arty. That was Oxidor getting a shot on a blind hit on the box tank. Over on the other side of the battlefield, the T-20's turned up. He's threatening our guys, so Angelina's going to put a round in there. Rounds out. close, very close. Again, hugging the rock to avoid counter battery. They can't hit you if they can't fire around into that position. And if you keep moving backwards and forwards from the firing position, they're certainly not going to hit you whilst you're not there. Okay, she's having a quick look in the corner of the map now because she saw the tracer coming up from that direction. Yep, there's another tracer coming out from the corner. Angelina's decided to go after the T-3485M. She's got the side of him. And a direct hit for 216. This is textbook play. Exactly how you should do it. It's not Angelina's fault that they're 4 down at the moment. It's actually her teammates who are just not performing up to standard. Okay, Angelina aims for that T-3485. She's hit that guy before. Rounds out. Oh, she stunned him. It went to one side. Okay, she's repositioning carefully. Now, we don't have anybody at the foot of the hill to actually proximity spot those guys up on top of the hill. We know there's a Super Hellcat being seen up there and a BZ-58. She's now gone to counter battery. As we know, Oxidor was firing out of this corner. Rounds out. And yes, Oxidor died. Yes, she got a precise hit on him and wiped him out. She kept seeing those tracer coming out from that corner and she worked out where he was. She's now going after the SU-8 on the enemy team, the last remaining Arty on their team. Now, she did hit him the last time. We know that from watching Oxidor's battle. He did suffer a loss of hit points. And when I saw that, I instantly thought, uh-oh, somebody's doing counter battery. Okay, she's waiting for the tracer to give her an idea of where he is. Instead, she's decided that she can't wait for him to fire. She's going to have to get a shot in herself. It's going to be difficult trying to get the shell over the top of that roof of that building and into the enemy. Cromwell trying to creep up. Oh, he dies! And she would have got him for sure. That shell hit the Cromwell wreck after he'd been hit and taken out of the game by our SU-100Y, the box tank. She's still in reload. Now looking to try and hit the other enemy tanks that are now coming through that area. So she's all alone except for one enemy tank. He's just died, the T-3485M. And now Angelina's all alone, so she's now trying to do a shotgun. Lining it up, getting ready. She wants to nail the first enemy tank who comes into sight. Must be coming. Here he comes. It's a M4A3E8. He's not coming in. Oh, but she does get the T20. He came in. And now she's taking fire. And that's the end of Angelina's game. She did as much as she could. Last enemy alive. So my apologies to Angelina here. Yes, she did get defeated, but it wasn't her fault. She did get a lot of damage. She got a bruise medal out of that game, and that's all. She managed to get 10 critical hits in the game, and her win rate was good. It was 2,093, which is very good, actually. But sadly, yes, the rest of the team died around her, and she was the last one left alive. In fact, she got the highest damage on her team with 1,378. The second highest damage in her team was one of those Japanese tank destroyers, but the highest damage in the game overall was the BZ-58, 1,914, followed by Oxidor with 1,883, and then we've got Angelina with 1,378. So she was third on damage in the game overall, even though she was the best scorer on her own team. When it came to kills, she shared the top spot. She got 3 kills, so did the BZ-58, and so did the Sture Mill on the enemy team. And we can see that Oxidor in that game was, where are you? There you are. No kills, but he did get that Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else. And some of those were blind shots as well, if you recall. Angelina managed to get 375 XP. The top scorer was the BC58, followed by Oxidor with 853. And in third place, jointly held, was the Sture Mill and the Striv M4257. And that was the tank that killed Angelina right at the end of the game. But she was still the highest scorer on her own team in each 3 categories. So yeah, she got the highest damage on her team, the highest kills on her team, and also the highest base XP. So Angelina fought as hard as she could, but she couldn't stop her the enemy from overwhelming her. But at least she did get Oxidor as one of her scalps. 13 shots fired, that's a good score. Nice number of shots fired. 6 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot. Now I'm guessing, but I think that might be Oxidor that she actually wiped out was a penetrator. Yes, it was. So he was the one she managed to overwhelm. 9 splashes, damage of 1,378, of which 1,320 were at more than 300 meters. The close shot was, of course, the T20, who barged in thinking he was going to get a quick kill, and no, it turned the tables. Angelina took him out instead. 3 hits received, all penetrating shots, and Angelina was out the game. 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 were killed, 97 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. Angelina earned a profit in that game, even though it was a loss. She still got 3,605 credits to take away, 25 bonds for a mission achievement, and she took away 375 XP. As she said in this replay, trying to win a lion here. Well, yes, I think Angelina was a bit perturbed, but it was Oxidor on the enemy team, and she must have seen that and thought, oh no, this is going to be really difficult. But she did take him out in the end. I don't think she knew, or I'm guessing here that she didn't know it was Oxidor in the corner that she actually did take out. The AMX-13F3 must have been a bit of a surprise for her when she did get him. Not that she aimed at him correctly, but that he was the one that she managed to counter battery, and not the SU-8 in the end. And the fact was that, of course, Oxidor was staying still far too often, especially once those counter battery shots were coming in. And he should have been seeing that on the minimap, but I think he was too busy selecting who was going to be his next target that he actually missed the fact that, yes, somebody on the other side was doing counter battery. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. Apologies to Angelina that I didn't do this replay. The reason I didn't do it was because actually Angelina is in contests with Talon, and I like to feature the best replays that they can put up in their contest each week. And when I saw this one, I thought, well, it's not a great replay to put up alongside the other ones that she sent me. But at the time, I didn't twig to the fact that, yes, she did perform well. And, of course, she killed Oxidor in this game as well. And, of course, we all know how good Oxidor is. So, yes, it's very nice to see that Oxidor is on the NA server, which gives all the NA players a chance to have a go at him. Although he'll probably be defeating them. And Angelina, well, I think she did very well considering that she actually lost this one. She was the best player on her team. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.